How's it going, Scrub Gamers? Welcome back to another video here at Scrub Games, and today we've got another episode of our previously in DBSCG series, which is a series on the channel which goes the week news in one juicy video at the end of the week, so you don't have to worry about looking day to day to see out what the news is currently in the Dragon Ball Super card games. And today's episode, we're going mainly over the Fusion World reveals, because it's only really Fusion World reveals, because we've been getting some Set 2 reveals recently. Only getting one per day, so we haven't been getting many like we got before, but we've been getting quite a few, and now we've seen the four, that's right, just 4 leaders from set 2, and also a few cards from the colors. We'll get a few more green today because they've been doing a leader, free cards, leader, free cards. So, Sunday when this is meant to come out, sorry a bit late with this, because I've been quite busy, we managed to see what the green leader is to the cell, and we've know what literally now all the 4 extra leaders do, so we're only going to be getting 4 additional ones when set 2 drops, and we'll have a few more cards as well. So we're going to go have a look at that. But remember, if you want to help out the channel, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It gives you a date with my videos as and when they come out. And if you click the notification bell, you can get alerts when my videos do drop, so you can watch them there then or at a later time. So let's have a look at this week's reveals and see what we've got, because we've got not too many, but we've got a good amount of them. So we'll start off with the leaders, because that's the main thing people want to see, like understand what the decks do. So we'll start off with the red ones, so we'll go in color order like we normally do. So we've got the Son Goku, so that's right, a third Goku lead. That's it might seem like too much to believe, quite hard to believe that we're getting a third Goku. So 3/4 of the red leaders are Goku. So we've got Goku when he goes Super Saiyan, Goku when he goes Super Saiyan Blue, and now we've got Goku when he goes Super Saiyan God. So it is amazing how we've only in set 2, and 75% of the red leads are one character. But they do all mainly follow the Super era of the game, of the franchise. So they're more of the total power from Super. And for this one, it's quite different. It's quite interesting because, like we got most of the leads do, they've got 15k power on the front side, 20k power on the awakened side. Both sides having a one attacking drawn cards, you're still getting an advantage. There's no crit leads from this, and also it's got a slightly different awakening for this one. So now on this one, you awaken out 3 or less life instead of 4. So not really but I was gonna say almost like Broly, but then he crits himself because it's just 3 less life, then you draw 1 awaken. So you still do the draw 1 like most of the ones do, but you have to do it at 3 or less rather than 4 or less. You go down a bit further into your life than you would want to in most cases, or most of the other ones do. But this leader also comes with a new trait. So we still got the Saiyan in Universe 7 like we've seen every Goku ones, but now a new trait's been introduced, being Tournament of Power. So we didn't really see this before. So it means that there's a new trait, new things you can have. So I'd give more. So this already give new cards to the older stuff, but now it's got a new key, like a trait to kind of use for certain things. So like we see on the awakened side now, 20k power, and also now you gain a new effect, because like most of the leads, when you awaken you gain a new effect that you're kind of driven to playing that leader for. And for this one on the Goku, it's activate main once per turn by paying 1 energy, discarding 1 card from your hand as the cost. So you got to pay 1 energy, discard a card, and you get to play 1 battle card with 20k power or less and total power in its special traits from your hand. So you get a free play. 20k power is not too bad, but it's not too amazing. It's not bad because it comes down to awakened leaders, and it's not the best because it's still just hits 20k awakened leaders, so it only just hit Broly so far. And we've basically got to see what total power. So this could be good or bad depending on what total power cards you can hit, because remember it's got a restriction on being 20k. Doesn't matter what the cost of the card is, just 20k being the power level, and just has to have total power. So we will see some more of those. We're only getting some small reveals, but we need to see what kind of targets this has to kind of drop out to be able to warrant if it's great, because it still draws on both sides, so it still gains advantage, but then you're paying 1 energy and discarding a card, so you're just losing a card from hand to play out a card from your hand, and also paying an energy. So you're playing something out for cheap, but you're also losing a card in your hand to play something out as well. So you need to see how relevant this could be and what the effects of the cards are. So already it looks pretty decent. So it could be nice, but then it being a Goku kind of draws away from the fact that it's a Goku. It could be good, but then it's never Goku. When are you gonna I understand Goku's gonna be in like most or not every set, because he's like the main character of the series. But in the same color, it just seems a bit ridiculous. Then we've got the blue one, so our blue lead is Zamasu. So I know a fair few people were hyped about Vegito because the whole Potara and fusion thing. And the nice thing is they've started building Potara as a trait, so we didn't see this in Masters. Potara was not in trade in there; it was more part of a keyword, being like a skill for fused characters to bring them out a bit cheaper and a bit easier. But we've got like a Fusion Master here, and big difference from Masters is that he's a Supreme Kai and a Potara. So like I think he's not actually a proper Supreme Kai. He's like a assistant, I think, like that, or like a I can't remember. I can't remember. There was the same thing that like Trunks had the same kind of like traits. That's how I can heal people like Mai and stuff like that in the anime. But instead of being a Saiyan or just a god, he's a Supreme Kai and a Potara. So it's interesting to see like the difference in special traits that the Super Fusion World has in compared to Masters. But Zamasu, he's a little bit different. He's more like Broly in terms of his stats and stuff. Like he goes from 15k to 25k, so never 25 base leader on the Awakened side, and it's in blue. So blue won't matter too much about not drawing in the big base, because you've got things like the peel-off loop, depending if that gets nerfed or anything like that, and it's like the usual hand recurrence with blue. So it's got the when attacking, draw one on the like on the awakened side, the front side, but it doesn't have it on the awakened side. So once you awaken, you get no draw power. But also, just like Goku's got the same kind of awaken, where you awaken at 3 or less life and draw one. So going quite like a little bit lower on life, but you at least draw one. And like Broly, you at least get a card, an extra card when you do awaken, and you get 25k, and it's got a bit of healing in. So I thought healing might be like, after seeing that there's the Gohan in green kind of heal yourself. I wasn't sure if that was going to be part of like Green's kind of like, if that was going to be his color, part of his color identity, being like ramp plus healing and destruction. But it doesn't seem to be the case. There are some things that are shared amongst colors, and you've got with the awakens power of Zamasu. So while he does lose the one attacking draw card, he now has an activated main where once per turn by paying 1 energy and discard a card from your hand. So similar to Goku, where you've got pay an energy, discard a card. So we're already seeing like big similarities, but this is where it stops being the similarities on the like Wiccan sides and stuff like that with these leaders. And it's if your life's at 2 or less, add a top card of your deck to your life. So it's a healing. So while you're 25k base, which is already hard to run through, and you've got like your opponent's got a combo up to kind of push, whereas like same with Broly, we've seen you've got combo up on 25k leader compared to normal. You now allow yourself to, if you go to them 2 or less life, you can draw a card, discard a card from your, pay an energy, discard a card from your hand, and now you get that top card of your deck to your life, which is good. That means you keep the free life. So once you're awakened, you can keep free life, keep it there. And if you do take a damage, you can kind of heal it. And as well with this, like you might be thinking it's kind of costly paying 1 and discarding 1. Like the 1 energy is kind of takes away from what you could play, but then you can also like build yourself around this. And we also need to see what like kind of stuff is in the archetype for this deck, because there will be more cards in the set that potentially support and make it helpful. It could be kind of the similar like the Goku Black levels where the archetype isn't good, but it's just good blue stuff, or it could be like good archetype stuff like U7 Goku in the first set. But it's pretty decent. Remember, you got the Pilaf loop as well, so depending if that gets nerfed or how hard it potentially gets nerfed, you can always use effect to like basically like ditch a Pilaf to grab for it, and then basically pay a Pilaf to grab a Pilaf, and you've got a combo, and also you've just healed yourself with like essentially free. So it could be quite good, could be quite bad, depending. But it's just nice to see something different in the leaders. Is Sever only getting 4? But it means that we don't get flooded like we did in Masters with tons of leaders and lots of unusable leaders, which is quite nice and refreshing. So now let's go on to the green one. So the green one is Cell, so one that people have been wanting to see. Like I've personally wanted to see Cell, but I thought it'd be a bit more interesting. But then again, we haven't seen the archetypes, so we've still got time to wait. So we've seen no other green cards because we only got this yesterday. And with this, it's more like the ones in set 1. So we got the one attacking, draw 1 on both sides is a green leader that draws. So far we've not had no green crit leader, but then that could be quite bad or good depending, because if we're a crit lead, it's very hard to gain advantage draw. And green's got the whole thing of like, it's mainly the ramp color. So you've got to get to the like later stages of the game to play your big things that you do stuff, while the first 3 turns you start ramping, and none of the ramp really like draws your card or replace itself. So that essentially means that if you're a crit leader green, it could be a death sentence, but we haven't got that, so we won't see yet. And it's also got the same kind of awaken in most on most leaders in the first set, where just when you utilize a 4 or less, draw a card. So no 3 or less like the other 2 leaders we've seen so far, just 4 or less, draw a card. And the effect it's got when it awakens is activate main once per turn. If you have 5 energy, add up to 1 card with energy cost of, well, add up to 1 card with a cost of 3 or more from your drop to your energy. So it's quite interesting because it doesn't say 5 or more. Usually when it refers to a certain like scale, it normally says like if you have 5 or less or 5 or more kind of thing. And this doesn't. It just sounds exact. It just says 5 energy, so it could be just a bad translation issue, where it could be when you have 5 or more energy, but they just put 5 energy, or like you just have 5 energy, and if you have 6, you still technically have 5 energy, or it could be it's got to be strict 5 energy. We need to wait. It's best to wait and see when the official rules come out, like the rulings with it, and the Q&A stuff to find EXE, and based on just how it's worded, it's just if you have exactly 5 energy, but it could be where it's just a translation error issue, because we have that a lot with Bandai games where the translation from Japanese, and we'll have to just basically wait and see. So I would say it's currently just 5 energy, but without some of the players, like especially from the Masters community, like basically just querying like a translation, like wording on cards, it could be a big thing. But currently, it's just I think it's just if you have 5 or more, if you have 5 energy exactly, add a card. So it could mean that they're kind of stepping away from ramping too far, and it just revolving around. You need to get 6 energy, so this could be like a 6 energy being the peak for Cell. You're gonna sack off that energy for things like instant transmission, and then allow you to like just ramp again and just have most of your plays be 6 energy. But we'll have to wait and see because we see no other green cards other than this. But it's nice to find out Cell in the game, and just being a 15k to 20k lead, we've got a never good contender. But we have to see if it could be a leader to play over the other ones, depending. Like currently, there are in each color like leaders that are better than others, but then there's also flavor. Like each leader does something differently, something more interesting. Some like things combat each other, where there's like no counters or anything like that. It's all about like in combat, which currently this doesn't have the biggest edge over the other ones, given like power buffs like what it does, but it does have ramp built into the lead, whereas the other ones don't. So we have to wait and see how it transitions when we see more spoilers. But that brings us to the last leader, being yellow leader, and it's a Vegeta. So we got Vegeta, so yellow staying into the like a Frieza saga. This one being the resurrection of F, when Vegeta first shows that he can go as well, Super Saiyan Blue, and also you got the outfit from there as well, where for some reason he goes from a gray clothes to then his clothes turning blue as well with his hair, which is I don't know if there's some like a miss like they've done it wrong, or it's just meant to be like that, where he's meant to like have his clothes trained blue as well. That's quite funny. And also, you notice that some of the little things as well have like a different date. Like the red one has 17th of May, but this one has 10th of May. I don't have to actually change properly, or it's got the wrong date. But we'll have to wait and see closer, because the first one was shown as the Goku one. And Goku one's first shown, and while we got the rest of them, we're going back Vegeta, and then Zamasu, and then Cell. So it's most likely going to be the latest date, but we'll have to wait and see when we get more information at a later time. Because remember, this is just quite early into it. We don't get the set until May, and we're currently in March. So, but hopefully the spoilers pick up, because if they keep doing with a one per day, we're not going to see all the set before the release. But Vegeta is quite interesting because once again, same side, both sides has the awareness I control 1, so you get still drawing cards. Nice thing in yellow, and the Awaken is the same as like essentially the same across most of the leads, being when you ice a 4 less, draw 1 and flips over. But then it's the Ever effect on the Awaken side, which makes you consider what leader you're going to play in any lead for any colors or any leader at all. And this one is at the end of your turn, switch the 2 of your rest mode energy to active mode. So it's kind of like the opposite to Frieza, where Frieza at the end of your turn will untap 2 battle cards. Vegeta untaps 2 of your energy. So currently, this is not the most amazing, like given what we've currently got. When the only things you can really make use of is back battle tricks. You might think like energy, untapping energy gives you access to like playing battle tricks, so you can do stuff in your opponent's turn when they attack. And currently, you've got we got Death Ball, which is like a 15k boost, and you rest up to a cost of 3 or less, which is easy enough to play around. There's also There's the Caller 1 Supernova, but that's only during your turn, not your opponent's turn, so you can't really use that. And the only other ones we've really got is Body Change, which revolves around tapping something that untap a 4 or less you control, so that kind of switch things and get more use of that. But defensively, it's not the best unless you've got blockers. And then the other one we've kind of got is the Bonzed Ginyu Force, which once again relies on you having a certain amount of Ginyu Force on your board to get the most advantage out of it. And can't necessarily just a 10k boost unless you've got more Ginyu Force, which you can put in to kind of help, which could be good, and use that defensively. It can give you like a 20k boost if you've got 2 Ginyu, and with the Raccoon and the Ginyu could be quite feasible. But we'll have to wait and see, because hopefully there's some more battle tricks in the set to kind of make use of Vegeta Leader, but we'll have to wait and see when it comes to it, because once again, we're still quite fresh, quite new into the reveal season. So that's all 4 leaders, so straight off the bat, we know all 4 leaders. I think it took us a little bit of time while getting reveals to see the leaders, and now we know what the leaders do. We can kind of like speculate what we're going to get in the set, what each leader does, or what the archetype is focused on, but also we got some of the cards as well. So we got 3 cards for each, because currently we got, as I said, we got the leaders, then 3 cards revealed for each color. So now we'll see what some of the cards do. So for red, we've got 3 cards being an Android 18, a Tien Shinhan, and a Rosie. And these ones are quite interesting. So we got the Android 18. They're all like well, they're not all exactly the same, but they're all 20k, all 20k or less power. So they're all playable off the Goku because they're all tournament power. So these red ones all have tournament power, even Rosie. And so they're playable off the Goku leader's effect by paying 1 energy to discard a card to play it for cheating out a bit cheaper. Which 2 energy is not too bad, but 3 energy cheating out for 1 is not too bad. And we got the Android 18 here, which is a 20k, 2 cost, 5k combo, and its effect is permanent. Opponent's turn, this card gets 5k power, so it kind of joins the same thing as Android 17, where like defensively it gets extra 5k power, so like it hits for not like its normal power, like 20k during your turn, or 25k if you're playing the U7 Goku lead. But during your opponent's turn, it's an extra 5k power to make it so it's easier to defend, because it's a 25k defensively, which is a little bit harder to just run into. So that's a pretty nice card, pretty decent one, and is pretty good for a rare as well. And being 2 cost 20k means it's on par with the power curve. Then we've got Tien Shinhan. This one's quite an interesting one because 3 cost 20k, a 5k combo, and its effect is on play up to 3 Tien Shinhan cards with 15k power or less from your hand. So this is quite cool because we've already seen we've got 2 Tien Shinhan cards in red. We've got the 1 cost blocker, which is just I think a 5k. Pretty sure it's a 5k and a 10k combo. It might be reverse around with the power and combo, because that may be the case if one's 10k, one's 5k with the blockers at 1 cost. But then there's also the the 1 cost 15k skill loss as well. So that's a 15k, and you can run 4 of those. And if we get any more in the set, it could be quite interesting, because if you get enough of the TNs in your hand, it is from hand, it's not from deck, and it kind of goes on play with his multi-form technique. So if you play this out, even in the U7 Goku as well, because it could be a big boost for that, if you've got 3 of those skillless in your hand, and this, paying 3 energy to play out, like basically for 3 energy play out 4 battle cards, that can all pressure your opponent's leader, because from them being all Universe 7, you get a 5k boost each. Those 15ks become 20k. You'll be able to pressure Awaken leaders at 20k, and also this will be 25. Means you can put a lot of pressure for quite cheap. But then you've got to have in your hand, so it'll be, if you can see them, if we get any more targets for it. There might be another one in the set. We have to wait and see, because there's going to be a fair few more battle cards. Because then we've got 4 more slots, an extra slot in each color for an extra battle card, because there's no leader. Because it was 8 leaders in the first set. Only 4 in this one. Then we come to Rosie. This one's a 2 cost 15k, so a little bit cheap, a little bit weaker, but 10k combo as well. And you can see the skill traits for her is Maiden Squadron, Universe 2, and Tournament of Power. So finally we got some Universe 2 in here. So it seems like red is going to be the focus of the Universe cards, so not among different colors, have different traits like we did with the Masters. We had different Universe, different color. But we got Maiden Squadron as well, and we got Tournament Power, so it goes with that. So maybe more leaders in red will be some of the Universe ones, which would be cool. Hopefully we don't get more Goku, because we've already got enough in at least one color anyway. But this one's got a quite nice effect, where when attacking, this guy gets 5k power for the turn for each of your opponent's battle cards. So the more cards your opponent has on the board, the more power this gets. So if your opponent goes wide with their battle cards, this can just come down for 2 energy and hit quite hard because it gets a 5k for each of them. It's not just like I was thinking in rest mode for some reason, I don't know why, but it's just, yeah, it gets an extra 5k power for each card in your opponent that your opponent has are battle cards. So your opponent's got 5 battle cards on board, he went quite wide. This gains extra 25k power, so that's a 40k for 2 energy, which is amazing. So this could be quite good to like play and clap back. And depending if we get any Universe 2 leaders, this could be very nice. So there's the red cards, so nothing too amazing, but some quite nice ones. Nice ones to see like what kind of examples you can cheat out with the Goku, because they're all tournament power cards which go with it. Next we've got the blue cards, and we've got a few weird ones that don't really go with too well with the leader. So we got a 1-cost Shin, the Supreme guy. We got Zuno as well, the alien, and we've got Vegito. So we've got the 1-cost Shin being a searcher, so it's 5k power, 5k combo, like most searchers are. Well, at least when they're one cost anyway. And it's on players look at top 5 cards of your deck. And roll up to 1 card with Potara, so that looks to be any like the Potara fusions, to be in Zamasu or Vegito. Any special traits, and add it to your hand, and place the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order. So this is searcher for like Potara cards. So we're gonna need to see like how many Potara cards there are. But it's going to be mainly fusions like Vegito that use Potara, or Zamasu seems to be set if this is based on the future Trunks are from Super, or if it's from any point. It could be quite interesting. So we have to see how many targets there are for this, because we have some like the Android 20 that doesn't have many. That has a good few targets, but doesn't have the biggest. And some of them aren't the best, but some of them are pretty good. So I have to see. But it's nice to have a searcher for that trait. And considering that he's the one who gives the Potara earrings to Vegeta, like Goku and Vegeta, makes sense that he's the searcher. And we've got Zuno being a 2-cost 5k with 10k combo. And he is a blocker with an on-play as well, where you look at the 3 cards from top of your deck. Well, look at 3 cards from top of your deck and place them at the top or bottom in your deck in any order. So nice little kind of scrying to kind of like predict future. Since he is the like person who has like all information as well, it makes sense of his effect. So you look like block as well, defend yourself. And then also check to see if you want to keep the top 3 or not. And you either put all 3 to top or all 3 to bottom, but in any order you choose. It's quite nice. We've seen it already in the Black Kamehameha, do the kind of same thing. That's a battle trick, so it's going to be, it seems like it might be a thing that Blue kind of does, which scrying. Then we have Vegito. He's got the same stats as the rare Goku, being a 2-cost 20k but 0 combo. And his effect is when KO'd, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 2 or less, and place it at the bottom of his deck. So that doesn't seem amazing. Like, sure, like considering that he's got he's on power, he's on curve for its power, being 2-cost 20k, but 0 cost, and with this effect doesn't seem the greatest because the effect's not great. You only hit a 2 or less. So your opponent KOs it with no 2 or less on the board and like a 3 or more. Then you're going to get no value of this. You just basically lost it, and having no core power means you're not going to want too many of these in hands. And already this doesn't seem like the greatest kind of card to put in. But we haven't seen all of it, so time will tell to see if this comes a little bit better. But that's it for blue. So now we come to the last bit of the video, being the yellow cards. And we've got Son Goku, Son Gohan Adolescence, and Piccolo. So all quite good cards. And they're quite interesting. So we've got no rares as well, just like uncommons, commons. We've got Goku being a 3-cost 25k with 5k combo, with a permanent being your turn. If your opponent has 3 or more rest of battle cards, this can't get 5k power. I think this might be where I was confusing with Rosie regarding like the number of battle cards to get the boost. This one requires them a rest. So if your opponent's got 3 rested battle cards during your turn, then you get 5k power, which is pretty decent. It's easier to set up because if your opponent attacks you during your turn, like them only have like can't be attacking with stuff, get them in rest mode, you get a big boost, making it a 3-cost 30k, which is then a bit higher power because it's already on curve for like cost of power, considering it's sort of the same as a skillless, but less common power because it's got effect. And this is pretty decent, but not the most amazing considering what like yellow cards we have. But then time could tell like with synergy in the new set. Then we got a 2-cost 15k Gohan with a 10k combo. And his effect is choose up to one of your, on play, choose up to one of your Piccolo battle cards which costs a 3 and switch to active mode. So currently, in yellow, we only have this Piccolo on board, on screen. But we could have more, and like sometimes there might be just a single target like we've seen with I think there's been some cards in the first set, I can't remember off the top of my head, that have had like like a good use, but that is only like a single target. But we'll see, there could be more, it could be less, depending. It could be this being the only Piccolo, or it could be another one. But still, it's quite nice synergy depending on if you can get it off or not, or how relevant it could be to the next set. And we got the free cost Piccolo, being a 25k Faki combo, so good, same stats as Goku. It's a blocker, which is what we see more of in yellow because the whole like restanding with Frieza. There's a fair few blockers in yellow, and it's got a 1KO. Choose it to one of your battle cards, switch to active mode. So kind of like make use of a better blocking strategy. But then blocking isn't the best because you can just pop it with green, neg it with red, bounce it with blue, and then rest it with yellow. So that each color has a way to kind of like get around blockers quite easily, quite well. But then if KO'd, choose one of your battle cards which active mode. It's quite nice, but then you can't really get used to this during your turn of KOing it by not currently anyway, of KOing it to then be able to do that during your turn, do it aggressively to just get more swings. If you can, that'd be really nice. But defensively, you can use it to just like restand more blockers and make good use of that. But that is it for the reveals for this week. So sorry about this being a bit late. I've been a bit busy, and I did forget the one from the week before due to like being busy as well and other stuff. So this is kind of like a double feature because even then it would have been like a very short video for the last one. So I thought the double bill here will be a lot better. But that's it. So we'll keep seeing more set 2 spoilers, and we'll get those out in the end of the week like we've been doing this one. So thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.